Hey guys, so today I'm reviewing Beyond the Gates Season 1, Episode 49. And can I just say it was another banger episode? Of course, it went down this week again on the Gates because they've been on fire recently, and why stop the steam now? And then it seems like it's going to keep getting better next week, so let's just get right into it, baby. So the episode starts off with Naomi and Jacob. They're at the diner, and they're still helping their charity case June, and basically they're calling around trying to get her a place to stay. They're getting no luck. So then Jacob suggests that she weighs around her influence. She does that, and she ends up finding June a place to stay. So then they take June to the place, and while they're there, Derek and Ashley show up. So then while Derek and Ashley are there, they're talking, chatting it up. Jacob gets a call that June actually packed her things and left the place. So Jacob and Derek go to try to find June. So then that's when Ashley and Naomi are talking. And Ashley's basically asking Naomi how she feels about all the drama going on with the Duprees and the Hamiltons and all that. And Naomi just basically saying it's just another day beyond the gates, basically. That's basically what she was saying. And then they finally found Derek and Jacob come back with June, and basically June basically tells them that y'all can keep trying to get me, but my home is on the streets. That's my home, and that's it, and that's final. So then we go to Anita and Vernon's house, and Nicole is still there talking to Anita, and that's when Vernon comes in. He gets his alone time with Nicole, and Nicole keeps trying to blame herself, but they keep telling Nicole that it's not her fault. So then Nicole basically ends up leaving, and Vernon and Anita, Anita's pissed. Anita wants to beat Ted's ass for what he did to Nicole, was rightfully so. So then we go to Bill's house, and Bill and Danny are actually arguing, and basically Danny tells Bill that he was wrong for what he did to her and for keeping that from her, and basically he was wrong, and Bill's basically just like, no, he was trying to protect their family because he was a part of their family when they were together. So Danny basically told Bill to stay the hell away from his family, and he basically said, I made that clear when I left you. So Bill said basically he made that clear when he left Danny that he definitely wants to leave the Duprees alone because he's done with the Duprees. And my whole thing about Danny is you're kind of mad at the wrong person. Don't be mad at Bill because he was just trying to protect your family. Like, imagine he did tell them that. That would have broke their heart. This isn't Bill's fault. This is Ted's fault. So y'all are placing the anger at everybody else but Ted. This is nobody's fault but Ted's fault. So y'all just shifting the blame at the wrong people at this freaking point. So Danny ends up leaving, and then Haley comes around saying a bunch of nothing, because Haley's just, I can't stand Haley. But she comes around, she's basically like, are you promise you're done with the Dupree family? And Bill's basically like, yeah, baby, I'm promised. Whatever. So then Danny ends up stopping by Vernon and Anita's house, and she basically tells Vernon and Anita that she went to go see Bill, and she's definitely not stopping until Ted pays and everybody involved pays for hurting her sister Nicole. So then basically Martin and Smitty are talking, and basically Smitty tells Martin that he knows where Ted was staying at, but Vernon told him not to tell him because he wanted to protect Martin, and Martin got mad at Smitty, basically saying that he's not a child and you don't have to keep nothing from him and to stay away from the Dupree drama. And Kat ends up overhearing, and she basically tells Smitty that you're his husband and I agree with you. So Kat is on Smitty's side. So Kat so Tomas comes to meet Kat for dinner, but Kat has to run a quick errand real quick, so she dips out. So Eva walks in, and Tomas ends up talking to Eva, and basically he's trying to comfort Eva about everything that happened, and he ends up holding Eva's hand, and Kat walks in and sees the whole interaction. So then what else happened? It was a lot that happened on this episode, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. This episode was tea. This episode was definitely tea. So Andre stops by to see Ted, and he basically comforts Ted, and basically they have a little heart to heart. Then Martin comes to see Ted, and Martin is basically like, yelling at Ted, basically disappointed at Ted, and this and that and the third. So then Danny comes to see Ted, and Danny basically tells Ted, I came to rip you up a new one since my sister didn't want to, so get ready to hear it, boo. So then Andre goes to see Nicole, and he basically sits up and tells Nicole that he knew about the affair. And Nicole basically says she's not really mad at Andre, because Ted put him in a rock and a hard place, and all is forgiven with that. So then Vanessa comes to see Nicole, and Vanessa tries to comfort Nicole, but Nicole basically says, "I want to be left alone, but keep the door unlocked because I got groceries coming." So then she hears a knock at the door, and she thinks it's the groceries, but it's actually Leslie. So that was one of this week's episode. And next week is going to be episode 50. So we're going to be halfway through 100 episodes. I cannot wait. And I will see you guys next week for episode 50.